Come back to my channel. So today we are going to discuss some basics what happened on Friday. So let me just write Friday. That should be day 3, okay, from expiry. Then you could see Nifty had a nice gap up situation, and then you could see TCS and Infosys actually going up, and pretty much it's sideways, but we cannot decide based on just pre-open market. We have to also check the price action and OI. Okay, so here is Bank Nifty data, and then you could clearly see Bank Nifty is backed up by Yes Bank. Okay, so again Yes Bank is back on the list, and HDFC Fed Bank are backing up for Bank Nifty. That's why there was a nice gap up of 240. So last time when I checked Yes Bank, it was at 12, and now it's 23. That's a very good pushover. Okay, now we are going to check for the stocks, that is EOD at 4 p.m. Reliance, ICICI, HDFC is going up, so as usual expected. And then when you check for Bank Nifty, it's ICICI, HDFC, Axis, and for Finnifty, it's ICICI, Axis and HDFC Bank, and for MidCap, it's Persistent, Indian Hotel, and MFSL. Okay, moving on to Sensible website to gain some news. So calendar for July month, we don't have any holidays, and for July month, today it's 10th, right? So we'll just take this up to 24th. Okay, so we'll just apply for 2 weeks and check. Today's 13th, so 13th HCL. So on Friday you could see dividends has been announced by all these groups, and Axis Bank, definitely because of the dividend the price action could have gone up. And as for from 13th to 15th, I couldn't see any big companies except for the HDFC AMC, which definitely belongs to Nifty 50, is going to put their Q1 results. So definitely looking at Friday's performance, the Q1 results are going to be promising. So TCS also on 15th is going to announce the dividends. That's why the price action is going up. Okay, with the economic calendar for 13th, today we have inflation data for June, and 14th we have a lot of news, and upcoming week is filled with all the news. Okay, moving forward to FII data. So this data I am taking from Nifty Trader website. Okay, so they have actually changed their look. So yep, we'll only concentrate on FII. Okay, so this is our interested area. So you could see they are bullish, but then when you check for Friday versus overall, still sellers are more. So that means short is the sellers are more than the buyers, and then a lot of profit booking has done in the short side, which also justifies why 1% was up for all the index. And then when you check this data, so 7 versus 5, so clearly resistance is more than support. So this is resistance and this is support. So this contributes the Friday, and this is overall data. Okay, when you check for stocks, as usual, stocks 38 and 32, here definitely buyers are more than sellers, because stocks usually, you know, the situation is like this. Moving on to the OI data, I'm only going to check for the Friday's data. So let's check for Nifty first. So this is for the current expiry, and then you could see a lot of greens here. That is, put has been increased, so that justifies why markets were going up, and then here when you check 24,200 is going to be the straddle point for Bank Nifty. So clearly 58,000, the straddle point is there. The next straddle point is at 58,500. The less straddle point is at 57,500. Rest has been equally built up. So it's currently what to say, we still have time for Bank Nifty, so that's why you could see not much of increase. But here you could see 58,000, where the lot of profit booking has happened, which was the reason for the price action reversal. Okay. Okay, so we are only interested in OI, so need not to bother about other stuffs. Now these are some of the extras you can check for the stocks, and then the ban list, especially if you are trading in the stocks. And next we have some IPO data for the month July. Okay, so these are the July month IPO. You can check the details, and some events also been mentioned here. Okay, next is the global index. So here Dow, Nasdaq, SAP, everything is going down, so there's higher chance that today price action might have a gap down. For Nifty, GIFT Nifty though is showing a flat open, so yeah, definitely flat open to gap down is possible today. Okay, so this is the important part. So we are going to check for Nifty first. Okay, so I'm going to offset for 100 points, and let's keep 2400 as open. Now you will have 24,100 and as well as 200. So this is for current expiry. Now let's see what is the data shows. So you could clearly say this was the open and this was the close. So this was actually positive decay. We are only checking from the seller's perspective. Okay, so you need not to worry about the buyer. So initially you could see the decay was pretty much very good in the first half. So am I getting it wrong? In just a second, I will just check the open alone. Sorry. Let me just check reconfirmed Nifty open for Friday. Okay. Open is 2400. Yes, that's right. Okay, so here 24,000. Here also you could clearly see first half price action. First half price action was, the decay was heavy, and then the second half normally not performing. Exactly, it happens like that. So here for 24,200 though, from the start it is clearly a positive decay. Okay, so overall it was positive. When you check for Bank Nifty, it's 500. Let's take 57,500, and the offset I will take 100. Strike price is plus or minus 1, so here 400, 500 and 600. Okay, so now here you could clearly see that the performance is not up to the mark, and then you could see buyers as well as long straddle as well as short straddle, both of them are getting equal preferences. Okay, so we take 30 minutes though. So here you could clearly see how with respect to date and time the price action chart is performing.